to the Next Big Thing, Episode 2. I'm Blake, joined by Kyle once again, and what what a night it was last night with NXT episode. I want to say that was, what episode was that? About to find out.
Yeah, which episode was it?
300 something? No, for sure. So, it was a great... This was one of my favorite NXTs in a while. Start off the night. The big main event was Samoa Joe versus Sami Zayn. We'll catch in on that. Start off, and that's just one thing that I think they were excellent at, is they started off the night right with the best tag team division I've seen in a very, very, very long time, with American Alpha, which is Chad Gable and Jason Jordan, with Enzo and Cass, versus Blake and Murphy and Dash and Dawson. Now, Kyle, I know you haven't gotten your word in yet. What did you think about last night's NXT?
I thought the entire show was definitely very good. Like you said, definitely one of the best in a while. And especially, like you said, your point to opening the night off, they definitely started off with a bang. That match was very good, had a lot of great talent in it. I was glad to see Enzo and Cass and American Alpha in the same ring. I'm not a big fan of Blake and Murphy, not a huge fan, but I mean, they were all right. I know they could definitely sell well. I hate their characters and their entrance music and everything about them.
Blake is the guy with long hair, right?
Yeah.
I love I'm sorry. That's how much I like Blake and Murphy. We can actually talk about the tag team division a little bit. Blake and Murphy, I love Blake because whenever he gets in a roll, like, ah! And he just starts yelling, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, are you trying to sell it that hard? It's, ah! And I'm like, God damn. But I think the only reason Blake and Murphy are a thing is because of Alexa Bliss. I think Alexa Bliss does a great job with those two, and I think they really sell her well. I think the only problem that they have as individual talent or as a tag team group is, look, they're Alexa Bliss's bitch. They both are. And to be honest with you, I can't remember the last time I've seen them win. I think they've lost that many times in a row. Alexa Bliss got her win last week. One of those just throw-off matches. But I don't know. Honestly, it was a great match. I actually really enjoy watching God, what are their names? Dash and Dawson. I really enjoy watching them. I think the NXT TakeOver London, when they went off against Endo and Cass, I thought that was great. I mean, any thoughts of that match last night?
I don't know. I have mixed feelings about Dawson and Dash, honestly. Like, I think they're pretty good, but just, like, they don't really have much persona or, like, characters. They don't have much, like, when they get on the mic, when they're in the ring, they're great. When they get on the mic, they kind of suck, in my opinion.
Hey, they go hard, man.
all day, all night. Yeah, they do.
That's up there with Samoa just, we go hard all day, all night.
Say yeah. Yeah, I don't think they really try hard with that one.
Well, that's the type of entrance that I would think you would have on a face. But that's still bad because it's like, yeah, we go hard.
It was funny too because they hit Dawson with like American Alpha hit their finisher, then I think Dash, I'm not sure who broke it up exactly. Somebody broke it up. And then they end up getting hit by Enzo and Cass's finisher, too. I don't know why.
That's one thing whoever's in charge of the tag team division in NXT that I'm very, very glad that they do, and that's adding, a double finish to the tag team, to that team. Team 3D has 3D. I mean, really, that's it in the tag team division.
Yeah, there's not many like tag team finishing moves type thing.
Well, I mean, you could say the Usos have the double super kick, but
I don't know. That's you kinda, I guess.
Kinda. That's what I'm saying. Kinda.
Yeah, even the Ascension had their like high low kind of thing. Even they had that.
Where's the Ascension?
Stardust.
Stardust is getting more star power than them.
They're in the stars, man. They're in the cosmic wasteland.
In all reality, Stardust is probably going to get a match at WrestleMania.
Oh, easily, dude.
He's going to go up
He's
against there was a comic, one of the Comic Cons. I don't remember which one it was, but Stephen Amell had a panel, and Stardust actually came out and like basically crashed it. And
hmm
at the very end, he threw water in Stephen Amell's face.
Oh
We
wow.
so we might have a Stardust versus Stephen Amell 2 at WrestleMania. If that happens, I honestly see Stardust winning to get his win back. There's no way they're going to allow Stephen Amell to win twice and have Stardust go 0-2.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But back to the tag team division. I mean, you have uh, Dash and Dawson's little finish move that I think is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I think it's really cool.
You have the American Alpha finishing move, which is also really awesome.
Mm.
Enzo and Cass have their awesome finish.
Nah, I mean, I think their finish is alright, but
Yeah, I agree because all it is Cass just throwing Enzo up.
yeah, I think they could do a little bit better, but it's fine.
Well, I do. My favorite tag team is American Alpha, and I do have one complaint about American Alpha. Is Jason Jordan when he gets tagged in, he does the same shit every time. Every time he gets he overpowers his opponent, puts him in a corner, like does that little spear in the corner, tags Chad, and then there's the finish.
Yeah.
Well, before Chad Gable and Jason Jordan were a team, they were actually discussing letting go Jason Jordan. I think Jason Jordan needs to add just a little bit more. They're still, and I'm not talking down upon them. They are without a doubt the hottest tag team in the tag team division right now. I think they're hotter than Enzo and Cass.
Yeah, I think so too. They're definitely like getting a lot of buzz right now.
Well, Chad Gable is, so is Jason Jordan's getting there, but Chad Gable's getting a lot of the heat because Chad Gable's an animal when it comes to that.
hmm
So I personally think Jason Jordan needs to do a little bit more, but they're still awesome. Even though he does just a little bit, they're still awesome. So before we go into the other matches, be sure if you are liking what you are hearing, be sure to follow us on Facebook and on Twitter. Go on Facebook, search Wrestling Rocks with the side of Geek, and on Twitter, twitter.com/Wrestling Rocks, or go to search at Wrestling Rocks. Also, if you are enjoying what you're hearing, if you have anything you want to say to us, be sure to comment. If it's because we are awful, that's fine with me. Comment in the video. Also, put a little thumbs up on the video. Really appreciate the support. If you want to hear more, push that subscribe button. It's free. You don't have to do anything. We love having you here. Kyle,
hmm
what do you think of them being at the CFE arena with a larger crowd?
I think that was great. It was good to like. I mean, I do love the Full Sail Arena, but I think them like I definitely like they sold out CFE Arena, which is
Well,
definitely great. It's definitely a good step in the right direction and moving up to see like how big can an arena like how big of an arena can they like go in and see
they
if they could fill it up, that kind of thing.
they sold out the Barclays Center
Yeah, that's true. That's true also.
in Brooklyn. I think they honestly are they moving the CFE arena? Or are they going back to Full
I'm
Sail?
not sure. I think they might go to full. This might have just been like a one-time thing. I'm not sure, but I would think they would go back to Full Sail. Full Sail is kind of like their home.
I kind of like them being at CFE arena to be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think it's
I'm not sure what they're going to do.
I don't know. Well, I know there's some wrestling news, and I do want to apologize for not releasing a lot of the wrestling news that have been coming out. We can talk about it on the show, but I'm really not trying to because it's not the topic of the show.
hmm
But well, we can just talk about it real quick. One of the big things is the WWE has released that they're going to do a cruiserweight tournament, and basically they're going to have worldwide talent be signed to do a huge cruiserweight tournament, and everything's going to be held at Full Sail, and apparently that's going to be airing this summer. And another big thing, there's actually two more big news, and this involves two stars, a diva and a WWE superstar. And one is Wade Barrett. Wade Barrett has came out and made it public that he will not be returning to the WWE once his contract has come up and is over. And reasoning behind it, and I quote, well, we're not a quote, but he is just not happy with where he is and what he's getting booked as, which I can't hate him for that. He's not getting booked right. His character is laughable. And the other story is Brie Bella says that she plans on retiring this summer, which means we're gonna have some Bella babies. pretty soon.
Hmm.
But the big question is, where does that leave Nikki Bella if she comes back after with her huge neck surgery, which was a success? Will she come back as the individual and try to be the heel of the Divas division? Will she call it quits also and just live happily ever after with John Cena? So, you know, Kyle, and I'll just touch on this. I think the only great thing that Wade Barrett has had is Nexus.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. His run with Nexus was definitely great. He had an amazing role, he had an amazing character, that kind of thing, and he really just it definitely took a while, but he definitely you could see he's been on a real downslope since like after the Nexus. It's always there's no time where it's really gone up. He's always gone down. He had the Intercontinental Championship for a title or for a while, yes. But I mean, it wasn't great. His character still wasn't great. The role he was in still wasn't great. I could easily see him being a world champion. He has that potential easily.
Yeah.
He could do it. I don't know
Well,
why they don't push him to do
the whole thing of John Cena joining Nexus and doing all that was to put over Wade Barrett, and
that.
he got put over. He was the number one heel of the company. But then the Nexus fell apart, and then it's kind of like Wade Barrett just went away. So, I can't blame the guy. And it says he could go to TNA and be world champion immediately. So,
Easily, easily. Or not even just TNA, any brand. Honestly, there's so many promotions out there that we've talked about in the past. We've talked about like Lucha Underground, Ring of Honor, all different places he could go easily. He has so many different directions he could go to.
what do you think about the Brie Bella situation?
I think it's definitely interesting that she's going to be finishing up here soon. She did say though, excuse me, that it has nothing to do with Daniel Bryan. It's just, I guess, where she wants to go. But I definitely do. I definitely don't think Nikki Bella's going to join her in retiring. I definitely think she'll have a long career, probably do a heel, like individual type thing, still lead the Divas division. I think she could easily do that, and I definitely think she will.
I think Nikki Bella will have something to do with the Divas division because of who her boyfriend is. And I'm not even going to say that because she's worked her ass off. I'll give her that. She has worked her ass off. I'll say that I think she'll still be up there, but I think once Bailey gets called up, I think that's when you'll see her start to not be there as often. Um, I I don't know. I think I think Brie Bella's retiring because she wants to be with her husband. I don't think it's because of the whole retirement thing of Daniel Bryan, but I think she's ready to settle down and have a couple kids. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
don't think they're in trouble with money, and they've made it very clear that they're wanting to do something after they're done wrestling, like open uh, in like a hotel type thing. I forgot exactly what they were wanting, but do something like that. But let's get back on topic. We can talk about that later on. We can actually
Hmm.
talk about it this Sunday on the Fastlane pre-show.
Hmm.
So next match of the night was Asuka versus Diana. I want to believe Diana Perrazzo. This is their second match, and Diana Perrazzo had, and I apologize if I am saying her name wrong. Diana Perrazzo had a promo before the match, and it was ruined by Dana Brooke and Emma. And well, it was
Yes, and
I don't
no.
know, Dana Brooke. I don't. I love Dana Brooke, but she looked like a. I don't know. She kind of gets annoying, and that's what her role is to be annoying. But I don't think her mic skills are all that great. I think she's better in the
Yeah, me
ring.
neither. They
Emma.
kind of sorry, yeah. Her and Emma just kind of like just throw themselves into different people's conversation. I guess that's kind of like where they're at in NXT right now. Just anybody who's doing a promo or something, they'll just come out or just interrupt it. I don't know why exactly. I guess that's their roles right now. But I mean, I guess that's just what they do right now.
At the end
It's
of
really
that,
weird.
easily, well, not easily, Asuka wins that match. But I want to say one more thing about the. Oh, well, I lost it. Never mind. Next match of the night was Ty Dillinger versus Alex Riley. This one kind of surprised me. Ty
Hmm.
Dillinger gets the win, but it sets up a feud. So I honestly thought that Alex Riley was about to get a huge push to where he was about to just win to his way to the top. Now I think
Hmm.
that if they were planning on doing that and he doesn't have a feud with Ty Dillinger, I think that really hurt him. But Ty Dillinger he's had a lot of losses, and he hasn't had a feud in a while. This could be a takeover match right there.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I know one thing they were saying about Alex Riley is that he looks at NXT at the moment, which I know it's his character, obviously, I get that, but he looks at NXT at the moment as kind of like a cartoon. And I mean, Ty Dillinger is kind of like a guy where like he has a weird kind of persona. So I could see Alex Riley with his current character and Ty Dillinger with his current character kind of having a pretty good feud. I think it'd be good. Not main event card, but I mean, I think it'd be
Eh,
pretty good if
it's
they do
just
do
going to be
that.
a filler.
Yeah, I think it'd be good though.
Yeah. And then we have the main event of the night, which is Sami Zayn versus Samoa Joe. And what a finish it was. Samoa Joe and Sami Zayn putting out another 5-star match. I think without a doubt this was a I think it was pay-per-view worthy. So,
Yeah, I definitely do think it could have been easily like a main event kind of match, even a takeover or anything. It was definitely a very good match.
yeah. One thing that Sami Zayn does really well, and it kind of gets annoying because he does it all the time, is he sells being knocked out. It's just like, dude, after every move, he's almost knocked out. And it's just like, okay, look, you're about to do something crazy. There's no point in selling it as hard as you are right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, what'd you think of the finish?
Well, I guess in one way it was an interesting finish. On another hand, it's like we can understand they want to do a triple threat match, but like don't keep doing these draw finishes. I get it was kind of like good, like oh man, what's gonna happen next? But like it was already the first time it was where Sami Zayn and Samoa Joe both made Varicorn tap out, and it's like oh what's gonna happen? Okay, 1-on-1 match next week, or well I mean not from there, but like in general 1-on-1 match. Now it's a draw, so like no, now what's gonna happen? Like they just keep dragging it out, and now just call it just make it a triple threat match and be done with it at Takeover. That's my opinion. Like the
Yeah,
match was great, but I just don't love how they're dragging it out.
I well, I get why they're doing it. Do you have your phone on you?
Oh yeah, I do.
Look at it. Um, we don't care. We're live. So here's the picture of the finish. It was Sami Zayn went in for what's the move called?
The hell of a kick.
The hell of a kick.
Mm-hmm.
I actually like that.
Well, hell over. Like it's actually hell over kick. I don't know
I don't
why.
care.
But...
It's the hell of a kick.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what it is. But he could. But to be PG, you gotta do hell
PG.
over. You know.
But here is what the finish looks like. Hit the hell of a kick, as I'm gonna call it from now on. And Samoa Joe on his back, shoulders down. But this is where it got interesting. Sami Zayn fell over, both his shoulders are down, and look at the right hand. And eventually, Samoa Joe puts his left leg over his right arm, and you can actually kind of see it in reality. Samoa Joe's left shoulder was up,
Mm-hmm.
and it ended in a draw. Referee said that both their shoulders were down, so they both entered with a draw. William Regal, general manager of NXT, came out and was saying, I need a number one contender. I get why they're doing it, because you can't name a number one contender, because you still have more than a month. Like
Right.
I get the whole building the story, but you still have more than a month to build a story against Finn Balor. A lot more than a month. It's still 40 plus days until WrestleMania, which, by the way, Chris and I are going to, and we will be having a pre-show and an after-show for sure. Right after WrestleMania, you'll hear us probably with no voices in the car on our way home to do the after-show. Back to it though. Both shoulders were down, and it ended with an argument and a little bit of a feud. And like you said, I get what they're doing, why they're doing it though, because they have to keep the storyline going, and it makes it where it looks like Samoa Joe and Sami Zayn are that good with each other, which they are.
Mm-hmm.
Where, well, guess what? These guys can't beat each other. They beat each other to the point where they're both going to lose. So it is, if they do it again, that's just outrageous. I also have a feeling that Baron Corbin's going to be involved in something soon with this title run, because Baron Corbin keeps going to William Regal, you need to put me in the match. And speaking of, we never touched on it. The triple threat match, number one contenders match 3 weeks ago to a month ago now. who won that match? And if you are the referee, and we're saying this isn't booked, and where this isn't a storyline, and this isn't fake, right? Like the storyline is a fake, and the finish isn't fake. Who would you win? Who would you give the win to?
Well, in that situation, I mean, the normal situation would be looking at it as Sami Zayn had Baron Corbin in the sharpshooter first, and then Joe jumped in and put Baron Corbin in a crossface where Corbin was actually about to tap out, and then Joe grabbed his hand, put him in a crossface, and then he tapped out. I would have probably, in a real situation, I would have given the win to Sami Zayn, but in general, it is obviously like it's kind of a draw. It's like a tie kind of thing between both of them because Baron Corbin tapped out when both of them had a move in. So it is understandable. Yeah, I would say Sami Zayn should have won. It
And
makes more sense.
whenever the finish initially happened, and we saw, and I'm thinking, oh my God, Sami Zayn won.
Hmm.
My first thought was, who the fuck leaked these NXT Takeover bookings because they're fucking wrong. Like you just got the main event wrong, or you got two matches wrong. So
Yeah.
one big thing, and then like you sat there for a little bit and it was like, hey sound guy, play the music, and then the referee's like, and then you hear Corey Graves, look at the hand. Wait,
Mhm.
what? What's going on? And then they showed, and I was like, yes. And then Sami Zayn had his arm up, and I was like, no, yes, he put his arm down. And then Samoa Joe had his arm up. I was like, yes, because I'm a big Samoa Joe fan. Have been since he was in TNA, and I was like, yes, he won it. No, no. So this was the ending right here. Picture on the screen. Uh, we're gonna see the Samoa Joe versus Sami Zayn 3. This next one, or technically number 2, this will be the deciding match of who will be the number one's contenders match. Could you? Now here's the question. So right now, neither of them can win. Could you
Mhm.
imagine if the next match is a last man standing match?
I was honest to God, I was honestly just thinking that because the first time it was they both made Baron Corbin tap out. The second time they both kind of went to a draw because both of their shoulders were down. I don't think I don't think there's a way they're gonna make it a regular match. They got to do something to it to make it like different, that kind of thing. To where okay, well submission first, you guys draw. Pin, you guys draw. Well, now we have to do last man standing, or I don't know, false count
Could
anywhere, anything. They got to do something.
could you imagine if it's a last man standing match? And
I
no
think they
no
should
no
just
no
say
no
screw,
wait.
just go to the triple threat.
If they go to the no
Like
no
I don't want to see them keep dragging this out. That's my thing. I get the point of it, but like it's just getting
well then
annoying.
that ruins one of the matches on the match card that I have leaked and I have said for multiple weeks, and that's uh, what's his name? The New
Sami
Japan
Zayn against Shinsuke Nakamura.
Nakamura.
Yeah, I
So
don't know. I mean, he could go up against anybody. I don't think on the first night they're gonna put him up against Zayn. I don't think so. I do not think that.
Nakamura.
I don't think they put Nakamura against Zayn first
Well,
night.
Nakamura's apparent debut is at Takeover.
Well, I know that. I don't think they're gonna put him against Sami Zayn though first night. I think they're gonna put somebody against where like he can get his moves in, kind of get like kind of get like ready for it, that kind of thing. Practice against somebody who's like kind of a nobody kind of thing.
I highly doubt they're going to have Sami Zayn's going to come out. Who wants to fight me? And then
No,
Nakamura comes out. They're going to build the storyline. Just Nakamura's not going to wrestle until Takeover.
I don't know, man. I think it's possible, but I don't know. I don't foresee. I foresee a triple threat match at Takeover.
I don't.
That's what I think happens.
I don't. I honestly don't. There's no.
I think it's easy to do for
Here's the
them.
thing. You don't need it because one person is getting brought up from NXT after WrestleMania. Possibly two. And I say two because one's going to be the women's division.
Hmm.
Either Samoa Joe or Finn Balor is getting moved up to the main roster, or in the second one, which is this is not likely, but I could see Bayley getting moved up if she loses the title to Asuka. Because let's be real, if Bayley beats Asuka, there's no one else to fight or wrestle. Who's she gonna wrestle for the belt?
I
She's already beaten Eva Marie. She's beaten Nia Jax. She's beaten Carmella. And if she wins at Takeover, that means she's already won't beat Asuka, unless
mhm.
it's a crazy ending, which ends like in a disqualification on Asuka's part.
Nah, I doubt it.
I doubt it also. Who's she gonna go against? Dana Brooke, Emma.
I'm not sure, honestly. It's kind of Takeover's going to be definitely be an interesting night. It's going to be a toss up of what happens.
Yeah,
I'm still hoping as well though too is that no matter what no matter what like NXT title match we have with Finn Balor in it, I definitely want to see Bullet Club form. I think that would be an amazing end of the night. I think it'd be great. I don't know how it'll work with face and heel if Finn Balor stays face and then the two guys like Carl Anderson and Doc Ellis come out and they like join Bullet Club stays face or they go heel. I don't know. I want to see it happen so bad. It could be a long shot. I'm praying for it though. I
if
want to see it so bad.
if the Bullet Club does come out, then they're automatically gonna be cheered because everyone that goes to the NXT events are smart. It's a smart crowd. It's not a family crowd. They know what the indie scene is, so they're not going to they're not going to have it where the Bullet Club's going to get booed. They're not going to get booed unless they turn on Finn Balor. Unless they do
No, they won't.
something, unless they do something to actually like to get booed by the smart crowd, which is very hard to do. Well, it's not very hard. Just go to the main roster and say you're a face and do that.
I don't
Then
know.
yeah, that I mean, I don't see the Bullet Club getting booed. And I honestly and truthfully, if Finn Balor gets called up, I could see Finn Balor and AJ feuding.
I think that would be amazing to watch, and that's definitely a dream match for people to have.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think okay. Say for example, at Takeover, and if whatever match it is with Finn Balor in it, Bullet Club comes out like Doc Ellis, Carl Anderson. They come out, they interfere in the match, help Finn retain his title, and then even if they get cheered that night on the next NXT, I'm sure they could say a bunch of stuff to get booed by people, even if it is a smart crowd. I mean, a smart crowd even knows Samoa Joe, but he still gets booed. He's a heel,
Well,
and even
because
yeah.
Samoa Joe's doing it right. Like he's taking the cheap shots of Finn Balor, which is the
And Bullet
face.
Club will do the same. They're gonna do the
Finn
same thing. I'm
Balor?
telling you. No, Bullet Club will do the exact. I guarantee. I could see Finn Balor doing a heel turn with Bullet Club. I could see
But
that.
who would turn face? Who would be main face? Sami Zayn?
Well, I mean, Shinsuke Nakamura. If they do him right, he could easily be moved up.
Well,
When I moved it to the roster, moved up as like a higher face
well,
superstar.
that's
Thing, yeah.
if Nakamura shows up. I mean, Austin
Sure.
Aries. Austin Aries apparently showed up weeks ago, and we still have yet to see his face.
Maybe he'll show up at Takeover. Austin Aries versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Who is he gonna wrestle?
Austin Aries versus Shinsuke Nakamura. There you go.
No, that's gonna be Sami Zayn. I'm telling you.
I don't think
What?
that's a long
Oh,
shot.
oh! Finn Balor had a. I just clapped like a little bitch.
Just I'm like a little bitch. What the hell?
Did you not hear me?
No, I heard you.
So
What about Finn Balor?
Finn Balor did a promo, and it kind of hinted at him moving up. He was talking
Did
about
it?
Apollo Crews, and by the way, it looks like Finn Balor's fine.
Yeah, it definitely does. He's not on crutches. He's just standing there fine.
But that could be false though, because you got to look at it. They're going from the chest up,
Mm-hmm.
so he could have been like on one foot, but he's showing to the NXT universe or the WWE universe that he's okay. Back to what I was saying, he was talking about Apollo Crews, saying, 2 weeks ago we wrestled, and that's probably the last time you'll see Apollo Crews versus Finn Balor. What's that mean?
I don't think that's hinting at moving up. I just think it's the last time you'll see it between them two in general, maybe. I don't know.
But that's one thing. Where's Apollo Crews? I honestly think Apollo Crews is a great wrestler, and I think he's really great in the ring. But where is he at? He hasn't been doing anything crazy. Last big match he had, he got the loss for against Baron Corbin. But he did say that the next time you see Apollo Crews, you're going to see a new Apollo Crews. So I wonder what that means.
I don't know. I hope not, because if when Finn Balor does get moved up, he could be definitely one of the big faces. He definitely could.
Well, if Finn Balor gets moved up, you have Samoa Joe still at heel, and he'll be the title holder. You'll have Sami Zayn be face, Apollo Crews face, Baron Corbin heel. That's two heels, two faces, and if the Bullet Club comes out,
I'm hoping.
that can't happen. That if Finn Balor gets called up, you cannot form the Bullet Club.
Well,
Not during NXT. If when they
It all depends on when Finn Balor gets moved up. It all depends. I'm telling you, I need to see Bullet Club come out. They have to come out with Finn Balor. There's no other way that Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson can come out without being with Finn Balor. Because Finn Balor used to be the leader of Bullet Club before AJ Styles was. They have to come out with him and do a 3-person faction.
Oh well,
It's gotta
I'm
happen.
not saying it can't happen, but if Finn Balor gets called up, someone's getting called up after Takeover Dallas or after WrestleMania. You can't deny that someone's getting called up.
I agree with that.
It's either going to
When
be
was the last time somebody got moved up? I'm
Tyler
trying to think because
Breeze.
they probably Tyler Breeze. Okay, so I'm thinking about like the amount of time they kind of wait on it because I know they're not going to
Uh,
rush people in. I'm just trying to.
he got called up after Night of Champions
Okay, so that was a good amount
because
of time ago. So they're
after
definitely due.
after Night of Champions was the no was it Hell in a Cell? When did
I'm trying
he?
to think. It was after some kind of.
Let me look at the card for Hell in a Cell because he wrestled Dolph Ziggler at either Hell in a Cell or Survivor Series.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Tyler Breeze is the last call up for sure.
Yeah, they're definitely due to move somebody up.
All right. No, not Hell in a Cage. What the fuck is this? Who puts Hell in a Cage on Google? What the fuck is that?
Maybe it's a different pay-per-view for a different promotion.
Seriously, what the fuck, man?
Welcome to Hell in a Cage.
Welcome to Hell in a Cage, boy.
I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen after Takeover, after WrestleMania. I don't know. It's definitely interesting for what'll happen.
So he came in after Hell in a Cell.
Okay.
He came in at Survivor Series. Survivor Series. Sorry guys if it's dead air. We're looking something up. We'll try to get a confirmation on something real quick.
I'm honestly just trying to figure out like how at like Takeover's gonna go after Takeover. Who's gonna be with? I'm just thinking about that right now.
Yeah.
There.
So he came in after Hell in a Cell because Dolph Ziggler didn't have a match that night, and they were having the the little feud with Summer Rae. Tyler Breeze got paired up with Summer Rae, and actually Tyler Breeze actually got the win that night.
Uh huh.
So
Yeah.
but yeah, Tyler Breeze is the last person that got called up.
Yeah, they're definitely due to move somebody
So
up.
it's been so Hell in a Cell was in October. Yeah,
I think so.
it was in October. So he got called up at the end of October or early November. So November, we're gonna say it's November. You have the month of November, December, January. He's been there for 4 months now.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I'm trying. I'm just trying to figure this out.
Wait, who got called up before then? The diva. All the divas got called up before.
Yeah, the Divas. It was
No, wait,
Divas.
was it, or was it Kevin Owens?
No, Kevin Owens has been there for a while.
He's been there since SummerSlam.
The
No, he's
Divas
been there
came.
before SummerSlam.
Yeah, way before SummerSlam he was there.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's
because he
been
was there at Elimination Chamber.
yeah, so it was the divas that got called up last.
Mm-hmm. It was the Divas, then Tyler Breeze, and then nobody else.
So yeah, they're due. I think they're gonna then. If the divas were the how.
Dude, you're a mess.
Yes, I am. um,
Oh
I
man.
think without a doubt the I don't know because Tyler Breeze got called up. So would they call in a diva or the women's someone from the women's division? Because the women's division is hot right now. I think
They should keep it
I
as is.
honestly and truthfully think the women's division for the main roster is pretty good right now. They need to finish the story with Charlotte and Sasha first, which they're going to finish that little story after Mania.
Mm-hmm.
So
They'll definitely wait on Divas. They're gonna bring up some kind of superstar from NXT.
they're bringing
So.
someone up. It's a throw up who on who. I think it's either going to be Samoa Joe or Finn Balor. Who do you think?
I don't. It all depends how the match. It all depends like what matches are at Takeover. That's the thing. It all depends on that.
Well, the matches I'm not going to say confirmed, but the matches I have seen that are kind of leaked apparently is the American Alpha will face off against Dash and Dawson for the tag team title. Nakamura will face off against Sami Zayn. Bayley versus Asuka, which has already been told to be correct after this last week. Samoa Joe versus Finn Balor. I want to say Baron Corbin versus Austin Aries.
That would be
But
great.
that,
I
but
don't
no,
know.
but that makes sense because Austin Aries, when he debuted, I'm putting, debuted with my fingers quoting it. Um, he got blindsided by Baron Corbin, so that would make sense. So that's what the Sami Zayn match, Divas match, Corbin versus Aries, American Alpha. That's already 5 matches.
Well, how long do we have until Takeover?
It's the Friday or Saturday, so a night or two, but it's going to be Friday, so the 2 nights before WrestleMania.
Really?
Hmm.
That's a lot of time.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying
Jeez.
that's why I'm saying it makes sense for them to keep the storyline with Sami Zayn and Samoa Joe for the number one contender to keep going.
They're gonna have to do a lot to keep it going.
Well, you have a week, and either they're gonna say we're gonna have another match next week. They're gonna announce the match next week, or the decision, and then another 1 or 2 weeks before that match happens. So we gotta look at it this way: we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we have 6 weeks until Takeover because WrestleMania is April 3rd. So that would mean Takeovers on that would be that Friday.
Hmm.
So that would mean it's on the first. So we have 6 weeks.
I think the card is still. I think even if you saw like what's leaked, I still think it's up in the air.
It's
There's a
it's
lot of
definitely up
different
in the
ways.
air. I'm not saying that's for sure what's gonna happen
Yeah.
because I have announced. Here's the thing, I've said a lot of right and I've said a lot of wrong. So it's a big toss up. But what the
Mhm.
date right now? It's the 18th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 NXTs on Wednesdays, and then that Friday is Takeover. We have 6 weeks. So you could build up a lot. Next week announcing the match, and then in 2 weeks, then you have 2 weeks after that you have the match, which would be the ninth. Then you
Hmm.
build up the story of Finn Balor versus whomever for 3 weeks. That's perfect time.
I'm still gonna go with my gut and say triple threat match.
I don't see it happening. I do not see them having a triple threat match. I don't.
I just think at the way they're going with it, it makes more sense. I mean, okay, with the time frame, it doesn't make sense. But okay, if Takeover was like say a week or two away, easy triple threat match.
The
I'm
one
telling you right after that, then it would be easily because like right now these two, okay, there's no winner. So Regal next week could say, okay, you know what, forget it. You're both in the main event and Takeover. You two versus Finn Balor triple threat match. If it was
no.
in 2 weeks, it's in 6 weeks. So then I don't know. It's still anything could happen in fucking 6 weeks.
What doesn't make sense is they haven't announced that Asuka versus Bailey's happening. Asuka's hinted that she wants to go after it, but they are pushing the storyline with Eva Marie and Nia Jax versus Carmella and Bailey, which they're having a tag team match next week. So it,
Yay.
yeah, I'm kind of if for I'm not like most girls for Nia
Not
Jax.
even her. Even Marie is just. Oh
Eva,
my
but you have to
god.
give her credit. She's gotten a lot better.
No.
She has.
I refuse to ever give her credit.
Here's the thing, though. She is. I don't care what anyone says. She is the heel of the women's division. If she can get a lot better in the ring, she could easily become the heel of NXT. And oh my god, I love the one thing I love is when she touches that mic, they boo her out of the fucking building.
Yeah, because the thing with her is that she's heel for the wrong reasons. That's the thing. She's not heel for the right reasons at all. She's heel because people see she was on Total Divas and she said, "Oh, I want to be a wrestler like the rest of these girls." So she trained now, came here, and it's like fucking what the hell?
I
It's
actually
ridiculous.
remember her wrestling on the main
It's
roster.
ridiculous.
And you could
Yeah,
totally tell she was fucking lost. She's like,
because
"What do
it's
I
that's
do?"
what that's why she's getting booed for the wrong reasons. She's a heel for
I
stupid
I
reasons.
agree, but if they could do it for the right reasons, she'd be easily.
I agree with you on that. But she's like right now she's getting booed for all the wrong reasons. She's not getting booed because she's a good heel. She's getting booed because she doesn't deserve to be here. That's the thing.
So the
It's the
D,
honest truth.
I I I personally think I don't know if Eva Marie gets called up anytime soon, which on which I'm scared of because I look. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna admit to this little gayish thing I watch. I watch Total Divas.
I watch it once in a while.
I watch it, and if you actually watch last season, the the creative, the whatever the fucker's name is, guy that probably doesn't, he really doesn't know what he's doing, said that he wants Eva Marie to be at WrestleMania this year,
Oh my god, no.
which she wanted because yeah. So I don't know.
No, dude, no.
I don't want it either. I don't like Nia Jax at all either.
Nice.
All you hear from, ah!
She's just like not even just a diva. She's one of those characters that are like, okay, so because I'm big and fat, I can do a bunch of things and be like fucking huge,
Well,
like in the scene.
there really
That's all it is.
there really hasn't been that big fucking monster in the Divas division, but there's no need for it.
Yeah, not at all. She's not that like she doesn't have a good personality. She's just big and muscly. So it's like, hey, let's move her around and have her like be Eva Marie's bodyguard. That's entertaining. Like what?
You know, to be honest with you, the Divas Championship match at Takeover London was kind of bleh for me because it was a lot of the same thing. Bailey made that match good,
Mm-hmm.
but I
It
don't
was
know.
really boring. Just Nia Jax just
It's
beating
because
on a
Nia
pole.
Jax was whipping Bailey's ass.
Yeah, and then Bailey just pulled out some random submission holding
Well,
game.
let's be real. What was Bailey gonna do in that match?
No, I know it's like Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant.
Well, fucking Hulk Hogan could body slam Andre the Giant. Bailey wasn't gonna body slam her. She can't even wrap her arms around her.
It's true.
I mean, what else were you gonna have her do?
Yeah, I know. I get the point of it. It's just like it was an extremely lackluster match.
Yeah, but Bailey made that match good.
Mm-hmm.
She's a great in-ring general. But we are going to wrap it up for Next Big Thing Episode 2. Be sure to tune in next Actually, no, Kyle, will we have a Next Big Thing next Thursday?
Yeah, we should.
Okay, next Thursday. Next Big Thing, Episode 3. We'll be sure to we'll recap TNA, Ring of Honor, Lucha Underground, and NXT next week. The only reason we didn't do that was because of how big this NXT was. It was basically like a pay-per-view, in my opinion. It was very good. And before we go, a lot of people say, NXT, is not that good. It's taped. But they fucking prove themselves with their takeover events. Their takeover events are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Definitely.
but before we go, if you're enjoying what you are listening to, be sure to hit that like button. And if you want to hear more, because we are live on Sundays and live on Monday nights. This Sunday we're gonna have the Fast Lane pay-per-view show, pre-show and after show. Chris might be coming, so if he does come, we'll have a side of Geek for you guys. We'll upload that. We'll also have the pre-show with Kyle and Chris. It'll be the first show with those two together, and the after show with both of them. And on Monday, we'll have the Monday Night Raw after show. And then, if any news breaks during that time frame, you'll hear me, possibly Kyle with me, breaking the news and giving our opinions on it. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, follow our social media pages, facebook.com. Go to the search bar, type in Wrestling Rocks to the side of Geek. Go to twitter.com/Wrestling Rocks or search at Wrestling Rocks. Kyle, what's your Twitter, man?
At Kyle Blueprint.
Be sure to follow him. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this week. It was without a doubt a great show. Had a lot of fun. For Kyle, my name's Blake. See you guys next time.